गुरु साहिब जी गुरु नानक पद पंकज बंदन पद पंकज बंदन सिमरो अंगद दोख निकंदन अमरदास गुर हृदय त्यावो गुर हृदय त्यावो गुरु रामदास गुण गावो गुरु अर्जन बेगनन के नासक बेगनन के नासक श्री हर गोबिंद शुभ सुमत प्रकाशक श्री हर राय नमो कर जोरी नमो कर जोरी श्री हरि कृष्ण मनाय बहोरी तेग बहादुर परम कृपाला जी परम श्री गुरु गोबिंद सिंह बिसाला तरों तरां पर पुन पुन सीसा जी पुन पुन सीसा वंदों बार बार जगदीसा दोरा जिसमें अमृत ज्ञान है मानिक भगत वैराग गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब उदद बंदों कर अनुराग श्लोक डंडौत बंदन अनिक बार सर्व कला समरथ डोलन ते राखो प्रभु नानक दे कर हथ नच विद्या निदान निगमं नच गुण अज्ञा नाम कीर्तन है नच विद्या निदान निगमं नच गुणज्ञ नाम कीर्तन है नह चंचल चतर चातर है पाग उद्यम लब्धियं साध संगत खल पंडित है तन श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी मोहे अनाथ दास जन तेरा वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. So as Bhai Sahib has introduced the topic that I've been given, faith and devotion, and Prateet and Preet, they're like brothers that stand together. Apas vich hi inna da samel hega. You're going to learn about the definition. You're going to learn about obstacles. Maharaji Kripa Kare. And hopefully you get a broader sense of what this is. Though all of us do have it, we also want to let it flourish more. So starting with the definition. What does faith mean? Vivek Pradipaka is a book which is a commentary on Bhai Adin Shah's question and answer. Bhai Adin Shah is the third, you can say, Mukhi of the Seva Panthi order. Bhai Kanhaiya Singh is the first, Bhai Adin Shah is the third. In that commentary, they say a sense of confidence and reliance on God's will, grace, and word. And when you hear faith, you can hear it in various manners, because along with words, there are synonyms. So synonyms such as Visa, which is the Sanskrit word which is rooted in Vishwas, Bharosa, Shardha, Yaqeen, Prateet. When I hear Shardha, it can sometimes mean just Preet, it can mean just faith, it can mean both. Sometimes it's a combination of both. I was saying earlier that I'm not one to try to make up stuff myself or tell you something from what I think I know. It's more from the angle that I want to present stuff to you that's been already said by people that are, let's say, A-class students of the Panth. Okay? So first I turn to Baba Varyam Singh. Baba Varyam Singh, Ratawara Sahib Wale. How many of you know him? Few. Okay, very good. So they put out a lot of videos, a lot of literature, in a time when it wasn't that prevalent, but he made an effort because he knew where this direction was going now. like people are going to be using and watching these videos later on. And it is completely amazing, the pravachans that he shares. Just one divan is jam-packed with so many teachings. And he always starts off with one thing. Faith is the foundation. Faith is the foundation. Faith in Waheguru, faith in Satguru, and faith in Naam. Now, this can all be combined as just faith in Sache Paatshah, right? Waheguru, Satguru, and Naam, there's no difference. It's all Paramatma. But just so you can understand, I'm going to go into a little bit deeper. Now, faith in Waheguru, what does that mean? Faith in Waheguru that Jami Jaman ke bikhe, samast jot ek hai, na kaat hai, na baad hai, na kaat baad hot hai. The story that I want to share with you regarding this is Draupadi. Now Draupadi, karke, if you watch like Nataks and stuff like that on Mahabharat, you've probably seen Draupadi. You guys kind of understand the story already. Maybe some of you don't. But all I'm going to do is add a couple of things and show you the Gurmat version. The Panch Pandavas and Draupadi. Husbands, 5 husbands, 1 wife. The wives just bathed her hair. She's not in the Sabha. The king at that time is Dhritarashtra. His son is Duryodhan. And as his name says, Yoda, Mara Yoda, a bad warrior, Duryodhan. Duryodhan is jealous and he's very attached to having more. He's not willing to even give up the size of a little, the end of a needle to the Panch Pandavas. The Panch Pandavas have virtues, especially the Yudhishthira. Now, just some setting the scenery for you, okay? The 5 are playing chopad. It's kind of like chess, but it's in a plus shape size, the game mat, and there's an idea of trying to conquer as much as you can. Anyways, they're playing chopad. Panch Pandavas, Duryodhan, he has his chacha with him, and then there's Dhritarashtra, Bhishma Pitama, all honorable people. And then there's Dronachari. They're all sitting there. And the Chacha has done his own worship, tantric worship, where he can manipulate the game. The Panch Pandavas don't know that. So gambling is also being illustrated as a bahut bada aparadh, meaning that you can lose yourself very fast in gambling and lose not just yourself, belongings, people that you love, and that started happening. Duryodhan got Yudhishthira to wager so many things. His brothers became slaves, and then he's trying to regain everything back, but he keeps losing. At one point, Duryodhan had his mind set on Draupadi. He wanted to disrobe her in the Sabha and make her sit on his lap. That's what he wanted to do. And there was a reason behind that as well, because Draupadi had laughed at him and called him a son of a blind person because he tripped and fell into what it looked like a garden, but it was actually, or what looked like a carpet was actually decorated water, and he fell into that. So to make a long story short, he wins, and Draupadi now is his possession. So what does he do? He tells Dusasan, bring her in. Bring her in, but grab her by the hair and bring her into the divan. They bring her in, and she's crying, and the Panch Pandavas can't watch this. So their wife, and they all have their heads lowered. And what happens is that the disrobing starts. So he says to Dushashan, who's his brother, that take her kapde off. Make her nangan in front of everybody. And now Dhritarashtra, who's blind though, but Bhishma Pitama, who's the elderly grandfather of the group, Dronachari, that's been their Vidya teacher, they're all sitting there, and Bidhar's sitting there as well. They're all putting their heads down. Nobody's doing anything. Nobody's doing anything. They're letting Duryodhan get away with it just for a game. As they're doing this, she realized that mere koi nahi hega. She realizes that nobody is coming to my aid, nor will my husbands stand up. Though one of them did stand up and he said that I'm going to rip that person's chest off when I get a chance. Didn't do anything though at that time. They were going to let it happen. And then what occurred was she realized that I can call out to Krishna Bhagwan. But this is where the Gurmat story starts, and the Hindu story, which Krishna would come to the rescue. But that's not how we interpret it. Now Upay Gurdas ji says, so Akkha meet, Dhyan tar, ha ha Krishna kare vilalandi. Yes, she called out to Krishna, go Vrindavan Basi, Dwarka Basi. She started doing this. But something happened. When they were disrobing her, they were disrobing and pulling her robe off. She's being disrobed, and there's only a little bit left before she becomes Nagan. But as she's spinning around, she realizes that I should call out to the one that's beyond, the one that is everywhere. Now Krishna is being said, but it's going to Paramatma. The Krishna that is the Dwarkavasi or Bindrabasi or a place who's Ekadeshi, meaning that could be only in one place, is not the one that's going to help her, because Krishna isn't there. It's Paramatma that's everywhere. Jami Jaman ke bikhe samast jot ek hai. Vaheguruji is everywhere. So she calls out while she's spinning around. It occurs to her that Paramatma is everywhere. And now all of a sudden, her sari is being spread out, but she's not being disrobed. More and more sari keeps coming out. There's a Granth, it's called Sursagar. I think it's one of the Bhagats from Guru Granth Sahib Ji. They've written their own Granth as well too. He's written this prasang and he said, Sari hu ki nari hai ke nari hu ke sari hai. And nobody could determine if it's a woman or is she all sari. Right? Or the other way around. They couldn't tell because there's a mountain pile of kapda, and she's calling out to Paramatma with her eyes closed as she's spinning around with the force of Dusasan. Har ke, Dusasan lost all of his strength and he fell to the ground and he gave up. Marji ne rakhya kiti. It was Vaheguruji that protected Draupadi. Odi laaj rakhi. Khalsa ji, there's a pankti that we read, Pekhat sunat sada hai sange, मैं मूर्ख जानिया दूरी रे. ਆਪਾਂ ਵੀ ਹੁਣ ਗਾਇਨ ਕਰ ਲਈਏ ਤਾਂ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਜਾਵੇ that Paramatma is everywhere and inside of us as well too. So ਪੇਖਤ ਸੁਨਤ ਸਦਾ ਹੈ ਸੰਗੇ ਮੈਂ ਮੂਰਖ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਦੂਰੀ ਰੇ. ਪੇਖਤ ਸੁਨਤ ਸਦਾ ਹੈ ਸੰਗੇ ਮੈਂ ਮੂਰਖ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਦੂਰੀ ਰੇ. ਪੇਖਤ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਦੂਰੀ ਰੇ. ਪੇਖਤ ਸੁਨਤ ਸਦਾ ਹੈ ਸੰਗੇ ਮੈਂ ਮੂਰਖ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਦੂਰੀ ਰੇ. 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 ਪੇਖਤ ਸੁਨਤ ਸਦਾ ਹੈ ਸੰਗੇ ਮੈਂ ਮੂਰਖ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਦੂਰੀ ਰੇ. ਪੇਖਤ ਸੁਨਤ ਪੇਖਤ ਸੁਨਤ ਸਦਾ ਹੈ ਸੰਗੇ ਮੈਂ ਮੂਰਖ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਦੂਰੀ ਰੇ. You realize ਇਹ ਗਿਆਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਬਖਸ਼ਦੇ ਆ, ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ, that Vaheguru Ji is every place and inside of us. Now the second thing that Baba Varyam Singh would say is faith in Satguru. And here I want to turn to another Bibi, Bebe Nanaki. Now Bebe Nanaki, at a young age, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is very small and she's a couple of years older. And she has Guru Nanak Dev Ji on her lap. and she's kissing Guru Nanak Dev Ji's forehead, palosi jandi hai, pyar dei jandi hai. Then she sees Mata Tripta Ji has left, and what does Bibi Nanaki do? She places Guru Nanak Dev Ji on the ground, and she starts to matha take. There's a world out there that want to see the brother and sister relationship. But if you read Suraj Prakash, all you're going to hear is a Guru and Gursikh relationship. Why? Because she realized that Gur Gobind Guru hai, Nanak Ped na pai. That Waheguru Ji and Guru Sahib, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਭੇਦ ਹੈ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ. ਆਪ ਨਾਰਾਇਣ ਕਲਾਤਾਰ ਜਗ ਮੈਂ ਪਰਵਰਿਓ. That Paramatma chose to take up 10 forms in a bodily form. For what reason? Because humans like learning from humans. They want to see another person in front of them teaching. So for that reason, Guru Maharaj Ji took up those 10 bodily forms and then gave the Gurta Gaddi to the eternal Guru Sahib. So, ਇਹ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਗਾ ਲਈਏ. ਗੁਰ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੈ, ਨਾਨਕ ਭੇਦ ਨ ਪਾਈ. ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੈ, ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੈ, ਨਾਨਕ ਭੇਦ ਨ ਪਾਈ. ਨਾਨਕ ਭੇਦ ਨ ਪਾਈ, ਨਾਨਕ ਭੇਦ ਨ ਪਾਈ. ਗੁਰ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੈ, ਨਾਨਕ ਭੇਦ ਨ ਪਾਈ. So Khalsa Ji, ਇਹ ਧਾਰਨਾ Baba Varyam Singh ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ. So I thought I would just kind of get the Sangat to also sing along with as the presentation goes along. Now the next one is faith in Naam. This has Naam ki mehma. Naam ki mehma santan de hirde vaste. ਇਹ ਧਾਰਨਾ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ Baba Varyam Singh, because only the saints really understand and appreciate Naam ki mehma. Sai naam amol keem na koi jaan do. If you tell a child to say Simran or do Waheguru, sometimes they'll be just saying Waheguru, Waheguru, Waheguru. Right? But ਆਪਾਂ ਗਾਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਥੋੜੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਧਾਂਗੇ. But Naam is what created creation. Naam then took up a form as Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Naam is the bridge to Nami. Nami is the source where Naam came from. They're no different. But sometimes Maharaji chooses to describe it in this manner. Naam is that force behind the letters of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. When your surt attaches to those letters of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, that force is revealed. And that force takes you towards Waheguru Ji, the source, Nami. Have faith in the word of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Have faith that every akkar in Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji can take you to Nami, to the source. Khas karke Bhai Veer Singh will mention these two, Nami and Naam. Right? So, when you're reading, read it as this is the word of Akal Purkh. Guys, listen. When the word of Akal Purkh came, Maharaji didn't just say, here's the book, I'll give it to you, I'll give it to you. Nor did we call it book, we called it Guru Sahib, nor did we call it pages, we called it Ang. And when Guru Arjan Dev Ji went to Baba Mohan Ji, who had the Goindwal Pothiyan, that had the Bani from the previous Guru Sahibs, he had it, he wasn't willing to give it over. So first, there was Baba Bhai Gurdas Ji, Baba Buddha Ji, they would go individually. Baba Buddha Ji would get closer, but neither did Bhai Gurdas Ji or Baba Buddha Ji, nor were they handed the pothiyan. It would be Guru Arjan Dev Ji. And somehow a meaning comes to Das that it's almost as if like Jime Pishle Avatar nahi hoye. The avatars came and they were all powerful. They did good things. But you need Guru Sahib to come himself. It's a task that only Guru Sahib would be able to accomplish. But Guru Sahib ne kirpa karni si. And then which way did Guru Maharaj Ji do? He took a saranda and he started doing kirtan. He used Baba Mohan Ji's name, Mohan, but ਸੰਬੋਧਕ ਸੀ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਨੂੰ, that it meant he was actually calling out to Paramatma. But every time Mohan came into the ears of Baba Mohan Ji, who was the son of Guru Amar Das Ji, who had the pothia in the second story house of Gondwal Sahib, jithe on Guru Ghar haiga, Khalsa Ji, he would hear it, and every time something was melting. His ego was melting, and he realized the same Bani that I'm trying to absorb in, there's more being uttered right now by Guru Arjan Dev Ji. It was Bani calling Bani. Bani calling Bani, and then Bani attracting Bani right away. So Baba Mohan Ji came down, opened the darwaje, gave it to Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Maharaj Ji just didn't just take it like that. Placed it on his seat, and there's a Sundar Palang in Gondwal Sahib, placed the pothiyan there. And then they carried it to Sri Harmandir Sahib. But the next Guru Sahib, Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji, meets him halfway, nange pairing, to do namaskar, to show adab for this Bani that's come from Turo. Right? So guys, but that's not it. Then what did Guru Arjan Dev Ji say? Oh, I got the pothiyan. Can I do prakash of them? I've got the pothiyan, I'll do prakash. They came to Gurdwara, jera 8-60 Teerth Asthana, uthe le aaye si pothiyan. Fir Guru Arjan Dev Ji said that hone nu sampuran Guru Granth Sahib Ji tiyar karna. They went to Gurdwara Ramsar. There, Bhai Gurdas Ji, by Banno bringing the ink, Guru Arjan Dev Ji reciting, they prepared all of Tan Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. But before all this happened, Maharaj Ji was preparing a place, Sri Harmandir Sahib. So I tell you, there's no coincidence. Nobody can do this planning ahead. In this world, they can't do this planning that, oh, let's make the most beautiful place on the earth that has so much ras when you go there, and then make it the heart of the Sikhs. And then say, now we have to bring the pothia and bring the word of Akal Purkh. Planning that far ahead. Yes, there's other times that say the word of God has come to us. But they didn't make these kind of preparations for the respect for the word of God. If the word of God is going to come, how do you want to treat it? Like a mere book? No. It's your Guru Sahib. You place it at the highest pinnacle of your head. And then Guru Arjan Dev Ji, not resting, all of Guru Granth Sahib Ji is prepared, gives Baba Buddha Ji the duty of the head Granthi. He carries it on a Manji Sahib on his head. Maharaj Ji does Chor Sahib. They bring it to Harmandir Sahib. They do Prakash. And they say to Guru Arjan Dev Ji says to Baba Buddha Ji, Leho Awaj, Suno Sab Panth. And Santan ke karj aap khaloya sab kam karavan aya ram is the first mukhvak that came. And then Maharaj Ji didn't still rest. Then he did a Ransabai Kirtan. And then when Sokasan Kita, they would take Maharaj Ji to where jithe on Akal Takht hega na. There's a room in there. There used to be a place made where Guru Arjan Dev Ji used to rest. But this time now, Guru Granth Sahib Ji would rest on the bed and Maharaj Ji would lie down on the ground. And that chadar is still there today to let you know your Guru Sahib put Guru Granth Sahib Ji ahead of him. Faith in Naam. It's the word of Akal Purkh. There is no coincidence here. This is the planning of Akal Purkh himself. Everything done perfectly. You have 10 gurus, 10 fingers showing you perfection. Other people, go ahead and try. You will not succeed. Keh diyo aapa 10 guru karke dikhavange tonu. What will happen eventually? They all go astray. Apas vichi, they'll start fighting. But no, it was Akal Purkh, and it's all of his game. It's all of his play, and it's all took place. Now, getting back to faith. And so Preet, love, devotion and faith. So devotion and faith, Sant Kartar Singh Ji in the Sri Japji Sahib Tika has written Gaviye Suniye Man Rakhiye Pao as a translation of that pankti in Japji Sahib. He's written Jis Vele Satguru Sahib Ji Gaviye Gonde Han Us Vele Sharda Te Vishwas Rupi Kanna Naal Suniye Sarvan kariye. You have two spiritual ears. Two spiritual ears. When Satguruji sings, or the word of Maharaji is sung in Kirtan Roop, listen intently with the ears of devotion and faith. And that, like I gave that example, I only shared it with one group, that andar jaake samaj hogi. Andar jaake samaj hogi. Now I thought it would be a little, to kind of give you guys, because it's going to be a little tiring, but there is something I've worked into this presentation that I saw in a movie. Okay? So one thing is, I used to give this example to the when all the kids at Guru Nanak Academy when they were younger. And I even showed the actual video. That's how far I went. But I'm not going to show you the video. I got everything in stills. So who's watched Indiana Jones? Who's watched Indiana Jones? Has anybody? Oh, good. So I can ruin it for all of you guys. So has anybody seen Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? Wow. This was such a big movie when I was young. But I guess you don't, whatever, that works better for me. So Indiana Jones is a guy, an archaeologist. This time he's accompanied with his dad. And there's a fight between good and evil. World War II, Adolf Hitler's sent out a batch of people and they want to find the cup of Christ. What is the cup of Christ for the Christians? It held the blood of Christ. So anybody who drinks from that cup is given immortality. Right? Immortality. Jahan keh rahe ho unna da amrit. Okay guys? What happens is his father has studied Pratan Granths and he's come up with 3 Latin clues to a test that lies before you get the grail of Christ. So the 3 tests are such. The challenge will be number 3. So let's say you get there and those people that are the German army as they're getting there, they don't have these clues. He has it in a book which is literally using as a gotka. He's repeating it over and over again so that yaadash ch pai jave, because how do you pass a test? They're just clues. You want the clue to open up. You want your sort to totally be on what's been written and you want it to open up. Just like there's a hyperlink on a computer and you open it up and all of a sudden something else opens. You literally want that to happen, something that tells you, oh, this is how you get through. These are obstacles, and why I'm sharing this with you is faith is tested. That's one thing you need to know. Your love and faith is tested. Baba Arnam Singh Ji says it's daily. You're tested daily. But at times, sometimes both badi park hundi hai. And if you succeed, it's called siddiq. Your stance is firm, you can pass, but don't do the mistake what Bhai Gurdas Ji at one point did. He wrote it in Bhai Gurdas Di Vara. And later on, Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji tested his faith. And then when he wasn't able to pass, he hid from Guru Maharaj Ji. And Guru Maharaj Ji would summon him back. And then he says, well, what's your observation now? And he says, what can a Sikh do if he doesn't have Guru Maharaj Ji's kirpa? I tell you, Khalsa Ji, it sits with kirpa. If Maharaj Ji wants, he'll give you it. You have to seek it. Seekers of Maharaj Ji's kirpa. Okay, so anyways, what are the 3 tests? First, the breath of God. Only a penitent man will pass. Second, Vermam D. Second, the word of God. Now it's starting to click a little bit at heart. Only a penitent man will pass. That's a clue. And second, the word of God. And see, only in the footsteps of God will he proceed. And then the third one is only in the leap from the lion head will he prove his worth. Lion head, well, I'll explain it to you later. I don't want to give it away. So anyways, here's Indiana Jones. And he's going. What's happened is his father's shot. They shot his father. He's dying now. The Germans have done it because they want him to go through, because all of their men are not passing. They're getting killed going through. If you have faith, and his father has told him, this isn't just a quest for the grail. This is a fight between good and evil. Right? He stands on the good side. Just like I told you about Nankana Sahib yesterday, there's a good and there's evil. And Indiana Jones stands on the good side. His hands are kind of buckled together because he's holding the little pothi in his hand. He's holding it like this and he's reading it over and over again. His dad is dying, but he keeps telling his boy, you have to believe. You have to believe. You have to have faith. He doesn't want him to be a blasphemer. He doesn't want him to just cast and say that this is just nonsense. He needs to believe in order to pass, because those that have made this test had a firm understanding of which way they designed those booby traps. Okay? So he's going in, and literally you have to be a lion to pass forth through this gate. His father is dying, but he wants the grail of Christ so he can put water in it and then pour it on the wound so he can save his father. So I'm going to share with you a Gurmat Sakhi, and it's of Sant Baba Teja Singh Mastwani. Who's heard of Baba Teja Singh? Guys, if we don't know about Baba Teja Singh from BC to Canada, we should know about him, because he is instrumental for the Sikhs. He was setting up Gurdwara, making sure Sikhs had the same rights as the other people. He was for you guys here, you should know him as the first president of the Pacific Coast Khalsa Diwan Society, California, USA. And BC Gurdwara Khalsa Diwan Society was set up by him. He saved the Sikhs from being shipped to an island by the people there. There's a lot of things, I can't start counting. But anyways, this is the Jeevani of Baba Teja Singh. He has Baba Atar Singh Ji's photo, but it's his life story. Do bhaga. First is Baba Atar Singh Ji. The second one is on Baba Teja Singh. And I'm going to tell you a story that tells of him. He wasn't an atheist per se. He believed in God, but he didn't want to matha take to Guru Granth Sahib Ji. His name was Niranjan Singh Mehta. That's what his initial name his name was. What happened was, one time he decided, after a lot of prerna, a lot of convincing, that he should come as the vice principal at Khalsa College. But the problem is that all the students get up and they matha take to Guru Granth Sahib Ji first thing when they go, before they start their courses. That was the problem for him. So he would go early and so forth. But then later on, when he became the principal, it was kind of mandatory for him to be there as well. So he would go there, and then he would stand at the very back while nobody can notice he's not matha taking. But something different started to happen. So when you would hear Das, you would hear Nanak Naam Chardi Kala Tere Pane Sarbat Da Pala, and the heads are starting to go down. Baba Teja Singh just standing like there, and then he loses consciousness and he falls straight down. He falls straight to the ground. And it's like hard. And then everybody notices. And this happened every time. Every time. His mind started to open a little bit. Why is this happening? It was so bad that he had to get two students to stand by him, because they knew he was going to fall and they would have to grab him right away. One time he was at home, and before that, what happened is that he realized that there's some Shakti, Akarkan Shakti, that's his words, Akarkan Shakti. I'll actually read it out to you. That's the whole reason why I had it here. It's in his own words, okay? Pyare Pathak ji, Das ne bhi which physics, chemistry, the course liya si. He's a Harvard graduate, by the way. Harvard University and Cambridge, right? So he's trying to tell you that I've taken science as well, but what's happening to me is beyond that. So Pyare Pathak ji, Das ne bhi which physics, chemistry the course liya si. Sare Punjab vichon MA which physical sciences which ate BA vi chemistry which first raha. I was first in the top of my class. And he's not bragging, he's trying to lead you to something. So apne vidya de tajarbe de aadhar te Das ne pratak Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji ruhani bani di khich prateet kiti. Prateet. Man ne vahan. And then he writes it in English, hallucination. करके नहीं. It was no hallucination that I was going through. Okay? ਸਗੋਂ ਸੱਚਮੁੱਚ ਸਰੀਰਕ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਕਲ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਦਾਸ ਨੇ ਸੀਸ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਆਕਰਸ਼ਣ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਮੈਗਨੈਟਿਕ ਪਾਵਰ, this is him writing it, ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਖਿੱਚ ਲੈਂਦੀ ਸੀ. ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਲੋਹੇ ਦੇ ਟੁਕੜੇ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਚਮਕ ਪੱਥਰ ਮੈਗਨੇਟ ਦਾਸ ਦਾ ਸੀਸ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਅਤੇ ਬਹੁਤੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਚਿਰ ਹਰ ਰੋਜ਼ ਇਹ ਦਸ਼ਾ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ. That's his own words. It's not a hallucination. I've been educated and this is actually happening. Something's pulling me from Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Furthermore, now he starts matha taking. His shraddha is going up now. He starts matha taking, and one day, time to time it would happen again where he would drop. But what happened was one time they would do part at their homes and they would take turns and then they would do ardas. One time it was his mom's turn. And mom poli pali si, she didn't really know how to do a proper ardas. She goes to do ardas. Well, Baba Teja Singh says to koi na mai jimme vi honda jimme dil di hegi ardas kar lo. She gets up and she doesn't name the 10 gurus. She just starts doing ardas, pulchak maaf karni, and then all of a sudden Baba Teja Singh falls. And they all matha take, but he regains consciousness, but he can't lift his head up. Ser nahi chak hunda. Why? He couldn't figure out why. I can't lift my head up. I'm trying to lift my head up from matha taking, but I can't. And then ਉਹਦੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਫੋਰਨਾ ਆਇਆ ਸੀ, ਅਰਦਾਸ ਹੋਈ ਸੀ ਪਰ 10 ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੈ. Then he said, ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ, ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅੰਗਦ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ, ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਜੀ, ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਜੀ, ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ, ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ, ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਿਰਾਏ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ, ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ, ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ, ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ, ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ji, and he was able to lift his head up. What is this power that's pulling him? Marji aap jane, but there was some force that he's called a magnetic force towards him. So the first test that Indiana Jones faced, along the way he sees blood and 2 decapitated men. But what are they doing? Kar dandot punn vadda hai. So a penitent man will pass. A penitent man will pass. A penitent man will pass. He keeps saying that. And what was the first test? And then it came as Anpav. It came to him. He says that a penitent man will kneel before God. Anytime Guru Maharaj comes into your drishti, matha teko the. Then when you get into the divan, zarur matha teko again. But Maharaj comes into your darshan. Thank Guru Maharaj that Guru Maharaj ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਹੀ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ. ਮੱਥਾ ਨੀਲ ਜੋ ਸਿਰ ਸਾਈਂ ਨਾ ਨਿਵੇ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅੰਗਦ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ, which we're leading to, because ਭਾਈ ਲਾਣਾ ਜੀ ਧੰਨ ਹਨ. Guru Angad Dev Ji says, Jo sir sai na nive, so sir dije dar. That head should be cut off. Was it Guru Angad Dev Ji that said that? That head that does not bow to God should be cut off. Bhagat Friji also says this. And he says it to himself that if I don't bow my head, this head doesn't deserve to be on my body. This head has been given to bow and kneel before God. So right when he kneels, Indiana Jones, a sharp razor comes by his head and he is mathatik, but it doesn't cut his head off. He's through. Moving forth, as your pratit grows, but then some don't have that pratit. Now Baba Sundar Singh Ji Pindram Wale, their whole life has been written in Sri Gurmukh Prakash. I've shared it with some of the Gursikhs here about that pothi and all the amazing things that are in there, and this is a sakhi from there. And I find that Guru Maharaj Ji sometimes hints to me some of the stories to share with you. I can't put my pakka finger, I don't have any anpav, I don't have nothing. But time to time I've seen this pothi give me teachings to share with the Sangat. And this is one that came on faith by just randomly opening it. And what was it? Was Baba Sundar Singh Ji had a lot of pyar for Baba Atar Singh Ji. Right, Baba Atar Singh Ji that I showed you here. This is a photo of Baba Atar Singh Ji. Both apas vich hi pyar si. Both. He had just met him and Baba Atar Singh Ji nu vida karke aaya si. He had seen him off because he had to go somewhere else. And then he went to the langar hall and prashada shak desi. And then a Gursikh came. This is a Gursikh that he had met before. And his child was sick. And Baba Sundar Singh ji said that Paath karo Guru Granth Sahib ji da, naale Paath dhyan naal suno, bachche nu vi sunao. But there was one component that went missing in this Sikh's head. So he heard it, and then when the Sikh comes, he comes to Baba Sundar Singh ji and he said that it worked. I did the Paath. I mean, we had the Paath done and the child is cured. He's all better now. But Mahapurush Gambhir si. He was very serious. Santa sun ke pet bataya. He heard everything first from him, and then he opened up and explained to him. Te akhand paath bharosa na rakhaya. Well, the boy got cured, but tu bharosa nahi rakhya Guru Granth Sahib ji de upar. Dekho Prateet. Tu bharosa nahi rakhya Guru Granth Sahib ji de utte. ਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਜਲੋਦਰ ਕੀ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ, that ਜਲੋਦਰ ਦੀ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ that your child had, ਸਾਂਭੀ ਮੈਂ ਤਨ ਆਪਣੀ ਭਾਰੀ. I took it upon my body. It's not showing right now because I've saved it for the last moments of my life. I heard this from a group of Singhs that were trying to downplay Baba Sundar Singh Ji's life, and I didn't have a jawab for it. They said that why did Baba Sundar Singh Ji go through such a hardship during the last part of his life? You guys don't know. We don't know the play of Mahapurukhs. They take bimariyan and they know their body's going to go, so they'll just say that give me the bimari during the end, I'll take it. I'll push through it. They take other people's bimari and take it on their body during the last days of their lives. And this is where he's explaining it. तांते जलोदर की बीमारी सांभी मैं तन अपने भारी, कब ना कही गुर ग्रंथ को पाठा, कदी भुल के ना भी कही that Guru Granth Sahib Ji da पाठ रोग मटावे ना ही मन साठा. That Guru Granth Sahib Ji da पाठ रोग नहीं मटाਉਂਦਾ. महाराज जी प्रतख कोई भी रोग होवे that महाराज जी रोग मटा दिंदे आ. Maharaj ji can get rid of any disease, you name it. To the worst cancer that you can think of, Maharaj ji can get rid of it. The thing is bharosa. There is kami on our part. Yesterday I was saying to you guys a hukamnama that Bhagat Farid ji da jira aaya si, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਪੰਕਤੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ. ਤੈਸਾ ਮਨ ਮਹਿ ਕੀਆ ਰੋਸ. ਜਦੋਂ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਨੇ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਭਗਤ ਫਰੀਦ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ, ਤੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਿਆ, that you haven't been united with me, are you blaming me? Right? Just like people might say that, oh, we blame Guru Maharaj Ji because all of this happened. Why did Guru Maharaj Ji let all this happen? Right? But Guru Maharaj Ji and Bhagat Farid Ji, he didn't point his finger. ਉਹਨੇ ਆਏ ਹੱਥ ਜੋੜ ਕੇ Maharaj Ji ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ, ਮੁਝ ਅਵਗੁਣ ਸਹਿ ਨਾਹੀ ਦੋਸ. ਮੇਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਵਗੁਣ ਆ, ਸਹਿ ਨਾਹੀ ਦੋਸ. And the hukamnama that came after Nankana Sahib told Maharaj Ji's voice, told the whole Panth that these Gursikhs are with me. And who knows this? I know it. Samay Puran Purkh Karte. This was part of the hukamnama. Samay means they've been merged with me. Samay Puran Purkh Karte. Who knows this? Aap ape janiye. Mil jal jale katana ram. Sang jyoti jyot samana ram. Maharaj would say mil jal jale katana ram 2 times within the same shabd, the beginning at the end. The kadi na kahin that Guru Granth Sahib Ji rog nahi mataunde, that Maharaj Ji doesn't fulfill your desires. Maharaj Ji is looking out for you more than you are looking out for yourself. And so Gyani Mal Singh jine katha karte hunde si Sri Harmandir Sahib now, he's one of the Takht Jathedars. He had said something very observant and that he had learned from Baba Kartar Singh Ji as well as a Vidyarthi. He says, ਜਿਉਂ ਜਿਉਂ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਦਾ ਹੈ, ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਗਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਤਿਉਂ ਤਿਉਂ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਭਰੋਸਾ ਸ਼ਰਧਾ ਵੱਧਦੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. The more you read, more shraddha and prateet will come. It will come. You'll believe. You will believe. You have to keep repeating. Just like our example of Indiana Jones. Also, sun sarda ta ke hoye ai. ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹ ਕਿਹਾ ਨਾ, ਉਹ ਸਿੱਖ ਦੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਰਧਾ ਆ ਗਈ, ਮੇਰੀ ਕਮੀ ਸੀ, ਮੇਰੀ ਗਲਤੀ ਸੀ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਸਮਝ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹ ਖੇਲ ਬਾਰੇ। ਜੇ ਸਮਝ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਫਿਰ ਤਰਕ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ। You shouldn't question. Ask in a nice manner to Guru Sahib. Maharaj ji will answer. So Guru Granth ko man manai. And ਉਹਨੇ ਆਪਦੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ he accepted Guru Granth Sahib Ji. That's how we go through the ਪੌੜੀਆਂ, ਸੁਣਿਆ, ਮੰਨਿਆ, and then manna, and then we come to the Panch Parvan Podiya, meaning that a person who practices active listening with Shraddha and Shraddha and Vishwas Kanna, jire andar leke jande, they become the accepted and believers of Guru Maharaj Ji, right? Suniya, meaning the people that listen with Vishwas, and then manna are the people that become the believers. So now Indiana Jones's next booby trap. The booby trap is this, letters. But if anybody sees letters, they don't know. But do you guys remember what the second clue is? Anybody? Word of God. Word of God. So the Word of God was that proceeded in the footsteps of God. And it was called the Word of God. And he keeps thinking now, what is it? What is the Word of God? He thinks the name of God. In your life, you're going to travel, and the only thing that will be solid is the times that you have God's name inside of you. Otherwise, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਡੋਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ. 5 minutes left? I have lots left. Okay, I'll move faster. Okay, ठीक है जी. So, for them it's Jehovah. And then he goes to put his footstep on J, and what happens? He falls through. There's emptiness underneath, and he grabs a hold, and he's about to fall to his death. And he pulls himself up, and he says, idiot. In Latin, the Jehovah starts with an I. And he realizes that if I don't even know the letters properly in the name of God, how am I going to pass this test? So, Khalsa ji, you do Naam Simran, but make sure you understand each letter in our Gur Mantra has been meditated upon. Each letter has been passed down from different yogs. Each letter is the abbreviation for mantras that were recited in those yogs. Vasudev, Baba, Hari, the Haha, and then you have Govind, Gagga, and Rara is Ram. So then you can be able to pass through. So there's a line that comes in Guru Granth Sahib Ji that you're trying to go towards that Amrit. Remember, he's trying to get to that the grail for immortality, right? So Amrit Naam Nirmolak Hira. And then Gur Dino Mantani. My Guru Sahib has given me the mantra. Dige na dole, drid kar rahe ho, puran hoye triptani. Dige na dole. You won't fall if you have Naam inside of you. You won't fall to your depths, to the depths, if or Maya's depths, if you have Naam. You'll be sturdy and strong when you're using Naam to proceed in your life. This is by Parminder Singh, if you guys have never seen him. Bada Gurmukh Rusi, and he lived by this. Chaupai, in 1708, Bhai Nandlal Singh was told this. Chaupai Jomam Saath Chahe Karbat. Bhai Nandlal Singh was disturbed by one fact that Maharaj is going to leave his Saririk Lok, or you can say he's going to leave his body. Yes, his Jyot is going to be in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, but how do I talk? In the same way, manner that I talk to Guru Gobind Singh Ji. How am I going to talk to Guru Granth Sahib Ji? He says, Jo mam saath, chahe kar baat. Whoever wants to talk to me, Guru Gobind Singh Ji being quoted by Nandlal Singh, Granth Ji pade, sune, bichare saath. Guru Granth Sahib Ji should be read and listened to, and you should try to understand the meanings. Jo muj bachan sunan ki chaay, Granth Ji pade, sune chitlaye. Mera roop Granth Ji jaan. No Guru Granth Sahib Ji as my roop, When you come and do namaskar, you're doing to my Swarup. It's Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Unna nu suno, padho, chit la ke. Vishwas, prateet, in naam. Bhai Parminder Singh, well, there's one Sakhi of Baba Sundar Singh Ji that Baba Gurbachan Singh also used to share. Is that ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਇੰਨੀ ਪ੍ਰਤੀਤ ਸੀ, Maharaj Ji ਇੰਨੀ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ. Every time he'd go to take hukamnama and he put the ramale back, he would see lightning, almost like lightning coming out. And he said that if he focused on these lightning flashes that were coming out of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, his mind would get absorbed and he would go into samadhi. Baba Gurbachan Singh's own words of calling from Baba Sundar Singh Ji. Remember, I'm not making any of this up. This is all passed down. I've heard it. Just like lightning flashes from clouds, that's how Baba Gurbachan Singh explained it. That's how Waheguru Jot's illumination comes to me. Maharaj's Jot's illumination comes in that manner. And those flashes, Baba Sundar Singh Ji says, my mind becomes absorbed in and goes into samadhi. Bhai Parminder Singh di Sakhi mein tanu sunauna. Faith gets tested. Faith gets tested. The word of God, you want to proceed with the name of God, then Khalsa, you have to have faith in Guru Granth Sahib Ji. What happens is that one time Guru Maharaj Ji spoke. Now what happens is, first it's Maharaj Ji's words that you see in Shabds that we all can see. Then Guru Maharaj Ji opens up and talks to those Gursikhs. Guru Granth Sahib Ji used to talk to Bhai Parminder Singh just how it was described by Bhai Nandlal Singh. And he told Bhai Parminder Singh, Aj do vyakti baithe in the Sangat. They used to do Asa Diwar in the morning. And they said that do vyakti baithe and onna di parkh honi aj. Okay? There was the house owner and his niece. First, Maharaj Ji tested the niece. And he told him, Bhai Parminder Singh had the duty of doing Hukamnama, or the seva of doing Hukamnama, and Maharaj Ji told him to take it in a different place. Now what commonly people would think that's where the Hukamnama comes from. Aam karke, what people know is that Jime Baba Buddha Ji used to take it according to Sekane, was from the left, Ang from the top. If the Shabd is still continuing, then you go back one Ang. You guys are all familiar with this, but Maharaj Ji told him to take it in a different place. Because when word of God comes, you should have faith that's God talking, regardless of if a person takes it from a certain place or another place. Right? Srote banke, you have to believe that God is talking. That's the mantri, the minister that's reciting the word of God as it's been presented to him by God, the king. So what happened is that he took it in a different place. The niece noticed. She knew about the Hukamnamas. And she got up and told him to take the Hukamnama again. Khalsa Ji, they told him to take a Hukamnama again. I've heard of things, even in Canada, where one person, their parents had taken out the first letter from Guru Granth Sahib Ji's Hukamnama and named their child. But a group in Canada, when that person decided, well, something's going wrong, I need to take Amrit with them, he took Amrit with them. And then they wanted to rename him. They took, can you believe it? They took Hukamnama, I remember 3, but at least 2 times, just to rename him. And both came as the same letter that was on his name. And then they decided, okay, we better stop. You know, now the second test was for the other person. The second test was for the person who owned the house. Now the Hukamnama is done. Guru Maharaj Ji ne preraya Bhai Parminder Singh nu. He said, talk to him and have a discussion amongst him. And when in discussion, say that when there's certain things, we should go and take Hukamnama. He said this. And you know what the other person said? He said, no, not for little things. You don't need to go to Guru Granth Sahib Ji for little things. No, that's not how Maharaj Ji wanted it. And they both failed. But tests do come again as well too. Sant Baba Gurbachan Singh Pindranwale has said this in Sri Gurmukh Prakash. He says, Satgur Sabad Kamaiye, Man ko prem lagaye, that marji da shabd kamao. Just like Indiana Jones is going through, he's going to face his final test. But he says, kamai chalo shabd. Marji will talk to you. Right? Satgur sabd kamaiye man ko prem lagaye. Man de vich jinna vi prem, thinking about the Sahibzade, thinking about other Gursikhs, to muster up more love. Because I know you guys have love for all the Gursikhs in our Panth that you've heard Sakhis of. Then pick Prateek. When God sees this and sees your faith, Nij Das ki, He sees His servant's faith. Nadar kare har rai. What did we want? We want Maharaji's nadar. We want Maharaji's kirpa. We're in it for kirpa. That's it. That's all you need to ask for. Maharaji kirpa de deo. Gyan jinna vi Maharaji par lo, but byartha if Maharaji di kirpa nahi hondi. So with the devotional mind, the words of the true Guru should be practiced. Beholding your faithfulness, the Lord's blessings will be upon that servant. Bibi Rajani, the youngest of, there's 5 daughters in this town of Patti. Some people say 7, so I know some people are probably thinking 7, but Amkar ke Surj Prakash likhe 5. Regardless, she has older sisters, she's the youngest. Bibi Rajani is a person that has faith towards God. And she went to go listen to Katha of a saint. And he was doing Vyakhya of Asadivar. Nanak janto paay ke sammale sab nah, jin karte karna kiya chinta pi karni tah. Guru Nanak Dev Ji explains, having created these living beings, He takes care of all of them. The Creator who created the creation. Again, the Creator who created the creation takes care of it as well. Unna de hath de vich a. Bibi Rajani is a woman that had faith. She heard this and it occurred on a manch vichar rakli that Paramatma minu sambhalda in all places. That faith was in Guru Sahib, it was in Vaheguru, and it was in Maharaji's word. All 3 faiths that I discussed with you previously have been combined together. Now, Bibi Rajani is the youngest daughter, and she and the other daughters are having a discussion. The discussion goes as such that father gives us this, father gives us that. They are bragging about their father. Bibi Rajani said, no, Pano, I heard and I believe it to be true, and I want to share this with you, is that God has always been our provider. He's been providing for our father and his father. They heard this, they're upset. They go and tell their father. The father's name is Duni Chand. Shah, he's a small Raja of a place called Patti. He hears this, he's upset. He lines them up. He asks them individually that, who is your provider? Who gives you everything? That you are, Pitaji. You give us everything. Each of them say, and then it comes to Bibi Rajani. The time park or the test comes. And Bibi Rajani doesn't hold back. She says that Guru Maharaj is my provider and yours. And he burned inside. The mother of Bibi Rajani said, Bachiya, don't do this. Trying to calm the anger of the father. But the anger saw no limits. He went and thought of all the people that he could marry Bibi Rajani to teach her a test. She's passed that test of faith already. What can he test her with? Her faith is strong. So as this faith, Bibi Rajani's faith is the steering wheel in her gaddi. Khalsa ji, remember that. What's steering Bibi Rajani in the right direction is faith. Khalsa ji, Bibi Rajani is married to a leper, a person who's crippled by his leprosy, meaning he's been a leper for a long time, and ਉਹਦੇ ਉਂਗਲ ਝੜ ਗਏ ਸੀ, ਪੈਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਗੂਠੇ ਝੜ ਗਏ ਸੀ. He maybe had 1 or 2 fingers on each hand and they're bandaged up and blood still seeping through the bandage. And on his feet, the same predicament. He can't walk himself. He can't do anything. So Bibi Rajani is wed to him and she's devoted. Pativartam means devotion to your husband. So she did seva of him in the form that is Parmeshwar. Because when you do that seva of your husband in that manner, who is it received by? Who do you think gets it? God knows your mind state. God knows how you're doing seva. Even if you do seva of a child that you're raising in Gurbani and you have to clean his bottom, if you say this is going to be a Gursikh one day, do it as a seva of a Gursikh. It will be received. That is seva. You washing Pandey for Gursikhs. If your mother's gone to the Gurdwara, you take the Pandey from her and wash it for her. That counts as seva. Khalsa Ji Bibi Rajani now is married, devoted to her husband, and she sees that in this place all the people have been shunned from giving her food. She can't work. She has to drag her husband along. But she has faith in God, which steers her out of that town. She goes to other towns, but other people are disgusted by the leper. So she has to leave him out in the bushes, and then she has to go to town, begging door to door. Some recognize her. Some know that's Tuni Chand's daughter, and they would shut the doors. And she would not cry. She would go with full heart and go on to the next door, intent that she's going to feed her husband and then eat herself. Bibi Rajani collects food and would bring it back, feed it to her husband, and they would move on in their day. There would be days that they didn't see any food. But now where has they steered to? A village named Tong, which has now come under Amritsar side. Guru Ram Das Ji had started the excavation of that Sarovar that we know as Amritsar. But what happened is Guru Amar Das called him back. Because Odi Mahanta Paragat Karni si. That Sarovar's greatness was going to be revealed. Because Guru Ram Das Ji had said, but it was going to be defined later. Guru Ram Das Ji had said that Amritsar Satgur Satvadi Jitnate Kaua Hans Ho hai. That where a crow can be transformed into a swan, or a mystical bird known as a hans. Well, this was said, and Bibi Rajani that day had just come, and there's a certain distance she leaves her husband from right at then just being a pretty muddy Sarovar. They didn't have much, kyunki it would dry up, and when rain would come, that a little pond would fill. So there's her husband, there's the Sarovar. Right? Just like there were the Machiyan and there was Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And he sees a mystical drish. And what is that? He sees a crow come down, and then what did it do? 5 times. And then might I mention, this is on the day of Vaisakhi. This is on the day of Vaisakhi, and it's already giving reference to what's going to come in the future in 1699. A crow comes and it drinks the water 5 times, written in Suraj Prakash. 5 times, and then it dips in. It dips in and it comes out safed, white. He rubs his eyes. He doesn't, there's always a little bit of, is this really happening? Then he starts shaking his wagon. He can't use his hands. He shakes his wagon and he drops onto the ground. And then that effort is the effort you need to make towards to get to Amrit. There it is, there's the Amrit, and there's you. But you're crippled by Maya. Khalsa Ji, he used his elbows, trying to pull him. At times you'd flip over, and then you try to flip back, and just try to get to that Amrit. And he got to that Amrit, and he stuck his hand in, and his hand came out with 5 fingers. It's written in Ityas. Believe me, this is where your pratit needs to come intact. All of the fingers were there. As a rush, you started bathing, and still he was at the edge, so there's a lot of mud. And he starts bathing even with the mud and the jal that's in that sarovar. He bathes and he is rejuvenated. He's been transformed. He's been given a new life. Bibi Rajani returns to see a man standing there claiming to be her husband, but she's very skeptical. Where is my husband? I don't believe that's actually happening. Now all due respect, that's pretty astonishing. that Bibi Rajni, it was because of her faith that came to that Sarovar. But when you see something like that, it's very difficult to take in. So she sees her husband, they're having an argument. The townspeople all collect and they say that nearby is Guru Arjan Dev Ji, let's go to Guru Arjan Dev Ji. So he's come out all rejuvenated and she's claiming that you've killed my husband and now you just want to marry me. And I'm not going to marry you. And her faith is being tested to her husband as well at that time. So they go to Guru Arjan Dev Ji and Marji closes his eyes. Marji was excavating Santokh Sar at that time. Dhyan thire aur main gur aayi. Jadon Marji ne akhan meetiyan andar ਉਹਨੇ ਧਿਆਨ ਧਰਿਆ ਸਕਲ ਬਾਤ ਕੋ ਭੇਵ ਜਨਾਈ. All of the truth came back. It came to Marji because oh antarjami see, he saw that this is that Amrit Sarovar that my father had started. Now its greatness has been revealed and we will complete that task. This is before Marji getting the Govindwal Pothiyan. So nar sachi bhakt baat, this nar meaning man, the husband of Bibi Rajni is telling the truth. Jab so naat te tab sangrant Vaisakhi da sangrant see, it happened on that day. Chalo pulchuk khema karni, but I'll leave with this slide. You look at Harmandir Sahib, how it's designed. This is our head, Akal Takht. It's not shaped exactly towards Harmandir Sahib. It's slanted a little bit. That's to mean we have two eyes. One eye towards the world and one eye on our heart. If you see a body, I want you to see a head here. If you look down, this is your body. Your body is approximately like 65% water, isn't it? But it's stagnant pond. The moment that you rejoice God's just by letting jiਵੇਂ ਸੰਗਤ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜਪ ਕੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹ ਲੈਂਦੀ ਹੈ, this is your throat, the Darshini Deori. This is a blueprint Guru Arjan Dev Ji prepared for all Gursikhs to know what's inside of them, what you need to prepare. Remember I said an artist in a slab of stone can know what they need to carve out. This is your blueprint. Your rejoicing of God is going to give you that golden heart. Marji is going to plate it in gold later on. Before it wasn't. During Maharaj Anandjit Singh's time it came, and this Sarovar is going to become immortality inside of you. Chalo, I'll leave with this. Let faith steer you, and you'll find the blessings of immortality is not far. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. Bole so nihal.